Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this process of a 12 by 12 layout. I'm going to use these items that you see before you. Quick look at some of them. Please forgive the choppiness of this video. I'm still working on editing skills, but I wanted to start. I promised myself I was going to do this, and I would really like to share my process with you guys. So here I'm just mixing some acrylic paint, and I added water. That's something a lot of people have on hand that works very well. And here's the packaging technique. I'm trying to line up the colors with the colored block pattern on the pattern paper, so it kind of goes across the page. First we're doing this mustardy yellow. I'm sure the waving probably didn't help it dry, but it's worth a try. So here I go. I'm trying to make it lighter towards the left-hand side of the page. Or no, that would be my right side. Anyways, and then also splattering with the same paint. Here I'm just adding some water to thin it out a little bit more and make my splatters lighter. I'm going to move on to the next color. These stamp pads are just really inexpensive. They're from Walmart and they're by Hampton Art. Comes in a package of a dozen, so it makes it was great for me. I didn't have to invest hardly any money, and I got a lot of colors. So here I went across, and that is a gray in the middle, and the blue, as you can see, is super bright, which I do struggle with. So I decided to go over it with some gray, hoping to tone it down a bit. And it doesn't work very well, but I still like it. I like the effect that gave, and a lot of it just ends up being covered up anyways. Here we go with some more splattering. The yellow acrylic paint splatters all over the page, and I like the way that looks. I'm going to let it dry and go through some of my other items. Here's some washi tape I think I got from Hobby Lobby, and some Tim Holtz from Ideology. That was a huge package of flowers, birds, butterflies. Some tags are in there. There was 83 pieces in that package. I really like to get a good deal. Big bang for my buck is what I'm usually looking for. So I'm going to back these my pictures with some paper I got from Hobby Lobby or Michael's in a pad of paper quite a while ago. And here's some leftover scraps, and I was thinking this kind of matches the bottom color, the muted aqua maybe. I'm looking at this, and I do love that paper. It's from an old pad of mine, an old 12 by 12, so it's some scraps from my stash. I'm just going to back my photos with that and put another layer there. Then let's see, what am I thinking? Again, chopped out some. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't have as much of this paper left, so I just kind of trim the sides and make it appear that I have backed my entire photo. Actually, I'm only gonna do two sides. I like that look. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right now. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and commit to placement. Nope, I'm gonna back this one as well with the trims on the side. Sorry about that. I can't really remember exactly what I did. I'm trying just to get it straight here. And basically what I end up doing is putting a lot of flowers in the center of this layout, and I haven't done that, like that being a big cluster right in the middle of the bottom of the page, and I really like it. It ends up being quite a few flowers, like a large bouquet of wildflowers, and that's what I was going for with these flowers. They kind of look like older type flowers. I really like them though. The pictures I'm using are of my kids with their grandmas, my mom and my husband's mom in the other photo. So the little bit of, I don't know, rustic flowers, or I don't know what you would call them, but I really like that. Excuse me. Here I am. I want that long white stemmed flower on the left-hand side there, but there's a big leaf, so I just cut it off and make it work. And that leaf I can always pop in somewhere else. I don't know if I do that with this layout or not, but if I didn't, I just stuck it back in the bag for later because it always makes a great background or filler. I'm trying to get a tiny piece of my pop-up foam adhesive in a skinny piece for that stem because I don't want it to go flat later in my book. Those flare badges are some that I made from washi tape that I showed you in the beginning. Inky Quill has an awesome video about the DIY flare badges here on YouTube. I'm sure if you just searched her and put in flare badges with Inky Quill, you're going to find it. Anyways, it's nice because you can add to any project, whatever colors and patterns you're using, those little spots of matching goodness all over your page. I love it. Anyways, so we're going to put the bird down, and I do need to cover up his legs so it doesn't look like he's just floating in the air. I like this floral piece. It's a little big, so I go ahead and trim it down and place it over the bird's legs. There we go. And I'm just gonna put some of those flare badges around my page, trying to bring some balance all the way around the page. I'd like to have a couple more clusters on my page, so we're gonna go with the bottom of that picture and just start with a foam dot. That one has the washi tape and then another piece of washi tape that says "Hello Beautiful" over it. And the butterflies again are from the Tim Holtz collection. So we're going to go through and find a few more pieces and decide where they should go. Here's some butterflies being placed on the page from that same collection. And I just fold them a little bit to give them a little bit of a movement effect. And I'm going to go ahead and attach them with my tiny attacher. I did try with glue and it didn't stick, but now with the Tim Holtz tiny attacher they will not be going anywhere. I just put it in the seam of the butterfly, so just adds a little more interest and effectiveness as well. I'd made a tag with my punch and added it up there under the photo. I'm going to add some more of these antique-y flowers to the left of my photo there, and that'll be one of my clusters as well. I wanted to make sure it stayed. There's kind of some layering there, so I put my stamp block over it to put some weight on it while I work on the other side on that cluster and back to that side. Yeah, so it's coming together. I'm really liking it. Just another butterfly or two, and actually that is the last butterfly. I'm just not sure where I want it. I do end up adding it over to the side there with the flowers and the flare badge by the side of the picture, which you'll see later. Oh, and one at the top. A little foam adhesive under the wings so it looks like it's kind of in flight. And here's some still pictures. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.